You can start winning the mental battle already. Just relax, yeah. I feel a little bit of, yeah, a little bit. I mean, how can you not feel anything at all on the Upper Gauley? I feel some butterflies, but overall, like, very minimal. Like, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being freaking out, I'm like a 2.5. Oh, that's not too bad. You've been a 6. You were a 6.5 or 7 on Shade Creek that one day. Yeah. You told me that. So that's not, you're doing pretty good then. Shade Creek? It's right near Stony Creek. It doesn't run that often, only when Stony's flooded. It's a pretty good, yeah, it's a pretty good one. It's got a lot of good surfing. It's a really tiny creek. It's class 3. 3 plus with a lot of action, and it's fun. I saw that. Swimmer! Swimmer, help out if you can. Thanks, man. Thanks a lot. Dad, look up, man. You're in my way. No, I'm fine. Yeah. This is above the water, so we can stick it on that end. Yeah, it's draining now. Get right. That's a hole. That's the one, the famous one that got Me, got Mark, got Chris. Yeah. But you can see it coming. That's the rock I got stuck on right there. See how it? You missed it. Eddie! Let's Eddie out.
That whistle saved me.
Really? So it worked.
Yeah, that was all I needed. Gary, I'm so thankful.
That's cool, man. It worked.
Gary, I needed that whistle. As soon as you blew it, and I didn't have to go that hard.
No, not really.
Right?
Just a couple strokes.
My imagination had that way bigger than what it was, and I needed that. I shouldn't have flipped. Actually,
I know, that was just the wave train. You had it.
I was like basking, not paying attention again. My mind was elsewhere. That's the only reason why I did it.
That's retarded.
Well, I figure I'm safe now.
You were.
And
That's just a wave train. There's no holes, no nothing. So that's fine. I was just a little surprised because you had it. You were past all the hard stuff already. You nailed it, man. You nailed it.
yeah, that hole came up fast and so glad because I was thinking it was long. You know, it was further down.
I was about right with my timings.
Yeah, perfect.
10 seconds and you know, I had some pretty good control in there. I turned around twice and faced you and smiled. When you were next to the hole, I turned around and I looked at you and I said, see, that's it. I don't think you heard me, but I watched you go by it.
I'm ready. I'm fine.
Already?
I just needed. No, yeah, I'm fine. I just.
Well, just another minute. This helps.
Maybe it does. I am a little jittery again. I was so comfortable up until that, and I consumed my hormones.
But you freaking nailed it, man. You gotta have some mojo from that. You followed me perfect. And that was the chaos of the chaos. That's the hardest on this river.
All the other ones I know I can do.
Yeah, the other ones are not any harder than this. This is as hard as it gets. And you maneuvered under control. Dan, did you hear it? I don't mean right now. I mean when I was in the rapid. You heard it? Yeah. It worked. He looked up and saw me, and I faced upstream, and I smiled at him.
I
And
would
then
have went in and again.
I know he would have gone in it, because he was like looking at the waves in front of him. Not.
I thought it was a little further down.
Ah! He would have went right into it. The big hole right in the middle. He would have went into again.
Okay, I did it, Dan. I'm good now.
Those are some holes. Alright, there's a hole here right ahead of me. Watch this one. Chris got stuck and swam in those. as well. So that was his second major pour over. He got Chris Bishop. Yeah, I don't think he's been back. Yeah, those, and they're so easy to avoid if you just read a little downstream. I went way around it.
Right, you're right. Boy, I tell you, the key to this.
There's a hole. You see the big mound?
Yes.
So I would want to go center and work left.
Right.
Or go way right. But there's a hole over there, hole center, hole right.
Right. But the water was coming so fast, I almost didn't make it.
Last minute you followed Dan instead of me.
Yeah, because I wasn't on track,
Yeah.
but I want to follow.
Well, it doesn't really matter. Because the only one you're worried about, we're past.
Yeah,
So it
right.
doesn't matter where you go.
Yeah,
That was the only one that has a hole that's even in plate. And then the other two I pointed out, the other little holes you can avoid easy. No other rapid on this river is a threat. You just wave train down the middle. That was Iron Curtain. What we just went through. With the big rock on the left, big wave train, we all went left. That's Iron Curtain. Iron Curtain is you go left, and it's like big waves on your right. You're passing, and that's the curtain. And you went into the eddy on Iron Curtain that they say, don't go into that eddy, it's hard to get out of. Was it hard to get out of at all?
No.
That's the killer eddy, don't go in it. Frickin' stories. Stories. And I've gone into that eddy too many times.
I thought that was not the name rapid.
It was. That was Iron Frickin' Curtain.
That's ridiculous.
I know. It is. It's just a straight shot. Stay left, and a couple waves might knock you. You got to lean into them, and that's it, and it's over.
The only thing that hasn't been that's been harder, that I think, than the lower Gauley on the better rapids is the one.
Yeah. And
Like
even that one, it's only harder because you know about that hole. Alright, that's a hole I'm headed for, so I want to go left.
That was excellent. You saw that, and what you did made it so much easier.
Right there? That's a hole. I see kind of a hump and I see some white.
Yeah, so I want to go left.
In fact, this whole thing's really a pour over.
So I want to go left.
Yeah, this is all a pour over.
Right. And all you got to do is be relaxed in the kayak so you can maneuver.
And notice, since I saw it way upstream, I only needed one paddle stroke to get me all the way left of it. If you place that stroke way upstream, your boat has time to slowly creep.
Yes.
And I only needed one, and I've been sitting ever since. I haven't stroked since that stroke. I literally did one stroke since we were 30 yards upstream of that hole, and it's 40 yards behind us. I did one stroke. This is my second stroke I'm doing now. So that's how I'm so at ease, because I save all of my energy. I'm like at 100% when we're done, because I haven't paddled. I use my mind instead of my body. I think there's a hole on the left here. It's too much of a horizon. You see that? It's just a hump. So there's a hole there.
Right. So that wave train looks pretty good.
Yeah. But that's the stuff you look for right there. There's another one here in the middle. Right here. So I'm going to go just right of it. even class 2, I'm looking for the holes just to save energy. You can get hung up in one, and next thing you know, you're having to dig your way out and getting tired. And I feel more confident on big scary runs when I feel all of my energy. I'm at 100%. Because you know at any minute the adrenaline can kick your energy down.
I got some, but it's not nothing like right here. I was scared to death.
I'm at a 1.5 or 1 now. It's gone down because I've just been effortless the whole day so far. And I know pillow, Dad, I'm telling you, pillow is, if you take the middle line like they do, it's a freaking straight shot. There's not even a wave.
I would like to do that.
I'll try to do it this time. But if you go the left line, it's chaos, but it's just a wave train. There's no holes or any keepers.
Yeah, there's no keepers. I'd like to, let me see what they're talking. They're always talking about, I want to experience it.
There's a couple markers. There's a rock at the very top you want to be a few feet off of, and then a second rock that you want to be just left of, almost touching. It's, listen to what I'm saying. That huge rock, you're a few feet left of that, and hug the second rock. From there, it's the least waves, least everything. In fact, you don't need to paddle from that point forward. You can sit with your hands, just a rudder, like that, and it's literally a straight shot. It's going to carry you right at the pillow. You're going to rise up, it's going to turn you, and you're going to go sploosh into the pillow.
Gotcha. So right here, we want to go right up.
Right of that outcropping.
Right of the outcropping.
And right through the center of that tongue that hits that little hole. You want to punch that hole.
The tongue closest to us.
You see the outcropping, the waterfall?
Yeah.
You see a little dip past that, and then there's a tongue.
Yeah.
That tongue, you want to be right in the center of that.
Gotcha.
Started over here and just ferried until he's next to that rock.
Yeah.
And he kind of went through that hole. He just busted it. So that's a good way too.
Yeah, I could.
It's a little less.
Right. I could do that. You could actually. I could kayak that.
Yeah, just kind of come through.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, if you go just right of that outcropping, it's a freaking straight shot. I mean, there's nothing to it.
Gotcha.
And there's nothing that can tip you either. It's real easy that way.
I got it.
So, and that's why if you get just right of that rock with some good speed, you're gonna be to that rock in a 2/1000 count, and you'll be up on the pillow.
Now, which way? Once I get past that, and I'm headed out, what boat angle? You know, past the.
All right, I face right at the rock, right at the center of the big pillow on that rock. That's the big pillow rock. That big rock in the distance. You can see it smacking into it. And you're gonna go right facing it. And then maybe gradually you'll feel it kind of turning you right, because the whole river swings right and centers out again. And so let it turn you right. When it does turn you though, you just want to lean left. Always lean into the pillow, always lean into the rock. As long as you lean left a little bit, not even too much.
Now, even if I flip after the pillow, I'll be alright.
Oh yeah. Now, sometimes it just happens to crack the pillow and come off it. Then water's coming into you as you're facing center. You're facing to the right, and it will bash you and flip you. That's why you want to lean, in case if you get nailed, and you won't flip that way. So that's pretty much it. Just center and then let it turn you and then lean. Look at this freaking slippery rock. This is ridiculous. Look.
Okay, you know what? I'm done. I don't want to look anymore. Looking all 6 out, but this is helpful. I got it. Stay away. Don't get next to that one. 6 feet. Get next to that one and it's clear through.
Left of this one. Downstream. Probably river right waiting for us. They're supposed to eddy right here, but they eddied a little further.
Sergey's not as much,
oh, Sergey's leaving us. What the heck?
Jordan would never.
What's he doing? He's still paddling. What an idiot. Everyone waits here for the group. Look at him, he's way down there paddling. It got me. Oh, did you see me upside down?
Yeah. I saw you flip.
I flipped on toilet bowl. That's the first time I flipped. I went through piece of cake. I didn't even paddle. I had my paddle on my lap until the pillow. I leaned into it, braced on it a little bit, went through smooth. But this time, I hit the toilet bowl. It raised me, and then it pushed me to the right. I'm telling you, it's not always the same.
Yes.
And it jacked me up.
I got you. And right where it pushed you to the right, it didn't push me. And
yeah.
I think I was just this much over to the left. Just a little bit.
It whipped me around after lifting me. I just didn't expect that at all.
You were right. Hey.
And you know what? I think it's a little higher today. Because that toilet bowl never affected me before.
That was awesome.
He didn't flip.
I hit it. I'm telling you, I didn't flip. And he did at the one button. It was awesome. I just lucked out.
The toilet bowl was like a sheer wall today, just real tall. When I hit it, it was tall, and it like threw me to the right. Normally if I hit it square, no, it threw me to the right, I think. Normally I hit it square and I bust right through it. This time, it took the front of my boat and whipped it to the right. It was really weird. So I flipped, and then I just had to, it took me a while to get set up for my roll. It was just flipping around, then the Volkswagen rock pole again was tossing me around. I rolled up after that though. I had to hold my breath a while. Out of 3 so far. Pretty much I run iron ring upside down and I roll up. Yeah, if you hit the line perfect, it's so easy. You just go flying right through everything. But if you're to the right of the tongue or left of the tongue, it wants to flip you violently. But I want to try something different where if I hit it to the right or left, I want to pre-lean into it so it doesn't flip me. I know that's got to be possible, but I think you got to lean hard because it's very violently flipping you. Yeah, that was lost. That was second drop lost paddle. I forgot where we were, or I didn't know. Yeah, that's what we just went through.
That son of a bitch was you!
No, not yet, not yet.
Not yet, hold on. It's not cool to zoom off my feet. I can't get going. Hardly no frickin' hurry, man. Shit. Okay, I'm ready.
That hole I saw coming, I could have gone around it, but I saw how much speed we had. I knew I could punch it. You didn't square up and hit it hard. But you rolled up right away. This is a ferry. This is a ferry. Remember, a ferry to the right, then the holes, and ferry left. This is no big deal. Today there's a tree in that gap. See that tree? That was the gap I was talking about. People go through that. Yeah, I recognized it. You didn't flip though in lost paddle. And that what you flipped in didn't count. That was not part of the rapid. That was just before the eddy. I just busted that hole just for the heck of it. So that didn't count. I could have went right at that easily. I led you right into it. Because here's what I was thinking. We were going 100 miles an hour. I knew I'd bust it easily. Because we were going fast. So I just punched it. But you went in at a 45. And you didn't take a stroke.
Right. I was a little bit, I wasn't on it. I was a little bit.
But that's the bomb that you made it through second drop. That wasn't part of it. That was just something between second and third drop. That was not part of second drop. You went through second drop clean. So that's, you did it. It was a wall.
Yeah.
And I led you right through the center of it.
Well, that's good. At least you didn't take me to the chaos and Little Rock. I gotta have some smashes.
But it was still really good, really cool. That's my favorite rapid on this. Second drop, it's just like so fast, like a roller coaster.
Get in that tongue, but then go. There's Woodstock right there. Okay, you see the deep hole straight ahead.
Yeah.
You want to skirt that edge if you can.
That's what Sergey said, yeah.
But most likely we're going to hit that wall towards us. But you don't want to get there. It's just a mess. You really got to. It's just a mess because when you're in the water, you're not going to see.
I think this is what I do. I ferry out to the center. I got a right boat facing angle, a little bit slanted. And I usually probably go into that far hole. Not this one, the far one. I go into it, and it flips me that way. So if I go into it, I need to lean left hard if I'm facing more to the right. I gotta lean into that haystack. It just drives down under the haystack, so you gotta really lean left hard.
Yeah, well, going into that hole, it's kind of a hole. It's a safe way to keep you avoiding there.
Yeah. Yeah, I've never been anywhere near there, because we're ferrying hard. If anything, I ferry too far. I don't ferry not far enough. I think it's pretty rare for anybody to even go into that one. It's not in place. You're either going to hit the center of this thing or go into the far hole. That's true. Nobody ferries and stops ferrying right here and goes through those waves and ends up in that. That's ridiculous. Everyone's driving hard that way. got his paddle. Hey, Sergey, come to me. I'm gonna grab your boat and you paddle us out. I'm gonna grab your back end. Okay, now paddle us out to the eddy. Paddle me to the eddy. Just ferry it. It'll be fine. We're moving. You got this. You're doing good. We got plenty of time. We'll get in it. You got it. I'm the human rescue rope. Me? Because I'm holding the boat. I have the tow hooked onto his paddle. I got the paddle already connected. I have the paddle and the boat.
We're there, almost there.
Oh, I didn't flip. Yeah, that's why I didn't use my tether, because I already had it on this.
Well, that sucker, I didn't flip, but it turned me backwards. The second after the V, it turned me all the way around, and I made a 360 and kept going straight. It didn't flip me.
Nice!
But it was,
Oh, my dad flipped, you know, it's the rock and then the wave, then the wave. That he flipped on the second wave before even the rapid. So he went through the V, Woodstock, everything upside down. But he knew that going in. I'm sure he held his breath and just waited till it's all over. It doesn't take that long. And then he rolled up.
like I got the camera, Sergey, but I don't think I ever saw you with my eye. I don't know if the camera got
So you rolled up right where I pointed to, where we'd roll up.
Yeah, I just
Didn't make much difference, really.
I just decided it's better underwater than top.
Another half second longer underwater, big freaking deal.
I literally was, you saw it. I was under the boat.
I didn't flip. Nailed it. It was just smooth.
I was
I saw your paddle and I went after that. Probably should have gone after you instead. Last thing I wanted was to lose a paddle. People have lost paddles on this rapid.
This is what I don't want to know. I saw you holding on your kite. You were okay. But you weren't okay, Rick, because now what did you want me to do?
Yeah, this is what you want to do. You want to get into a ferry, an upstream facing ferry, present him your rear loop, and he holds that while he holds his boat, and you paddle the two of them to shore.
Okay. Because I was in a position to get to.
So pretend you're Dan and you're swimming. I'm gonna do what you should do. So I'm gonna come up to you. I'm gonna say, all right, grab on. And you grab it, and then I start ferrying to shore like this.
Okay, so even he's still holding the boat.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
He's the chain for the boat, so it's easier for you. You just paddle them both.
I got it.
Now you know for next time, though.
I'll never do that again.
You went through a big wave hole, or a big wave thing. You almost flipped me. I was right behind you at that point. And I could have got to you and had you grab on, but I was like, I don't know if he wants me between him and the wave. He'll crash into my boat. I'll get stopped by that wave. So I figured I'll grab you after it, but then you let go and swam, so I went after your boat then. Yeah, that was the right move to let the boat go at that point. You ought to take lessons from Mark at boat swimming. That guy swims ashore on his own and self-rescues with the paddle and the boat, because he swims every trip. He swims like once or twice every time down this, that I've been with him. And he's excellent. He grabs his front loop and his boat in one hand, and he swims with his other, and he gets to shore fast. He kicks with his legs and everything. Yeah. I don't know, Mark has a way. He's a genie at that. It's like every time he flips, there is no rescue. Like, I've never had to go after him ever. He's immediately to shore with all his gear. I'm like, what? Except one time on second drop of Lost Paddle, he swam there and he swam to shore and his boat kept going. I think he kept his paddle up. So we had to go after it. Yeah, so picture the mushroom, you're 2 feet from the left edge of it, to the right.
I'm going to be right behind you.
And I'm going to do it backwards. And I angle a little bit toward that frowny face thing up on the shore. A little bit to the left. That's how the tongue faces. So it's going to be a V like this, going toward that face. Did you follow my line?
Yes.
It was perfect, right?
Yes.
Did you see me swing around as I went down to go backwards?
Yeah, but then I took myself in a hurry.
Well, of course, but I just wondered if you noticed I did do it.
All that stuff on tape there.
Yeah. So you did see me whip around though?
Yeah.
I borderline was going to run it straight because it's higher water. I thought, what if it looks different? But then last minute I said, nah, I'm turning around.
There was a little sea in there between waves.
I went right through the center of that.
That's where I went through.
That's where I go
didn't
through.
Get flipped.
That's what I do.
See, I thought don't go in there and suck you out of the river.
No.
So I went off to the side and boom.
Yeah, the way I go, Dad, I haven't flipped once, and I'm running it backwards. Yeah.
That's what I went in.
And you followed exactly what I said. They start off way left of where I went in.
I went where you went.
My line's better, man. It's perfect. You did it upright.
I flipped 5 times. Now,
Every flip was in a non-critical, non-rapid, well, except
except Iron Ring.
Iron Ring, but
Yeah.
I think that was just you getting offline at the top and losing your mojo. Like, shoot, I'm way offline.
Right. Totally offline. And then why
You had to start a little higher or pedal harder.
Immediately I started spinning around and trying to pedal crazy.
That's what happened to me on the Cascades. After that hole, I was like, I wanted to be more right. I tried to paddle too quick and I flipped.
Yes!
Because you're like, ah!
That's exactly what I did.
Yeah. That'll happen, man, when you're too frantic trying to do too much too quick. You
Yes.
can't turn that fast.
Yes! That's exactly what happened.
Yeah, and Dan would be more confident if he had it. Because you can see he's swimming. That kills your mojo. So now when Scott calls Dan up, Dan, let's run Tallulah. Dan's gonna be like, I don't know, I swam the Upper Gauley several times, I'm not comfortable yet. If he had this, he would have freaking rolled up instantly. And when Scott calls for the Tallulah, he's like, I'm in. Because he'd know.
Yeah. Right.
He wouldn't have these swings in the back of his head bothering him. When I go down something, I say, I haven't swam in 6 years. I'm not worried. That's a good thing to be able to say. And nobody else can say that unless we have a hydrant. Because they all swim. Oh, you know what? I recognize this. You go right through the middle of that slot.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I remember it. No, I think we were going through it. I had a right to left speed and I was going to hit the left rock. And I leaned away from it. If I would have leaned left into it, I would have not flipped.
Oh, right. I just went over.
I never lean away from rocks, but this time I did because I was
We were talking.
I didn't pre-lean.
Right, and we were talking. You weren't thinking ahead about that.
No, I can't use that excuse. I was looking, but I guess I didn't expect it to push me right to left toward that rock. I thought the slot was going to swing us way to river right after we slid through it. It was odd what happened to my boat. It caught me off guard. Anytime something happens that I didn't expect, I'm not ready. I normally pre-lean everything. You did great, man. A couple stupid things, they don't frickin' count. Dad, every single named rapid, you nailed. Except one. But that was just very little, not high enough. Big frickin' deal. Like, that's just a hit and miss for everyone anyways. Everyone flips it. I flipped there 2 out of 3. And then Dan flipped. Rob didn't flip. Sergey didn't flip, but I've seen everybody flip on that one. It's just a flip rapid guaranteed almost.